head into Sunday. Okay, hang on. We're getting there. All right, here's Sunday. Albuquerque. Here is Albuquerque right here. You got a very slight, and I say ever so slight, chance of a thunderstorm. Very isolated chance on Sunday. Okay, guys, it's not looking good for you guys in New Mexico right now. It looks very dry because of the orientation of the high pressure system is over the Four Corners region or over parts of south central Utah. That is not a good location for New Mexico. You have a dry northeasterly wind that comes in and lowers the dew points and takes out the moisture and just leaves you guys in the dust like you guys have been for the last several weeks. It's just been very dry across much of the southwest. Parts of Colorado, you're going to get some good rain on Sunday across the area, especially the Aspen, all these higher mountainous terrain. Denver, you stand a very slight chance of a thunderstorm, but it should be mainly to the north of you. And we're going to go a little out further in time here, and you can see we'll head out to Monday, see what's going to happen on Monday. Now, Albuquerque, Sunday night, overnight, into, I'd say, probably Monday morning, you actually have about a 20 to a 30% chance of thunderstorms. In Albuquerque this time around, by late Sunday here into Monday, you stand a much, much better chance of seeing some measurable rainfall, especially around the Albuquerque area. It looks like areas to the northeast of Albuquerque and then kind of sandwiched in between, and then areas to the west of Albuquerque, those mountain ranges. But if these storms collide, we could be definitely, these outflow winds collide over the Albuquerque area. We could be seeing some isolated thunderstorms to scattered thunderstorms in Albuquerque, some of which could produce fairly extensive rainfall, but mainly for the mountains. The city of Albuquerque probably going to get maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rain in some isolated areas. Not everybody in Albuquerque is going to get wet. All right, so here's late Monday. Arizona, very active for the Phoenix area, northward and off into the White Mountains. Parts of southern California, such as San Diego County, could also see a decent chance of thunderstorms. Albuquerque, let's head into Tuesday here. Let's see what we got going on for you. Here's Tuesday. You can see Arizona and Utah, Nevada, and still parts of Southern California are, we got a nice plume of moisture coming up from Mexico here at this point. This is a classic monsoon flow, and most of the moisture is going to be in Arizona and extreme portions of western New Mexico, west central New Mexico. Albuquerque, you still have a very slight chance of seeing an isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms around. But again, not everybody in Albuquerque or anywhere around that area is going to get soaked. Not everybody. Some areas will get very lucky and get some rain. Heading into Wednesday, we can currently see what we got going on here. For Wednesday, let's take a look. Albuquerque, much of the same idea. Heaviest rain is going to be focused in eastern and central Arizona, as well as parts of Sonora, Mexico, and parts of western New Mexico. Eastern New Mexico likely to stay dry, as well as parts of the Texas area. El Paso, probably going to see a slight chance of a thunderstorm. But you can see the moisture moves out of Southern California, and parts of Nevada get affected by a little bit, as well as areas of Utah and eastern Colorado. Western Colorado getting some pretty good thunderstorms. Albuquerque, you're right about there. You have thunderstorms on Wednesday that are going to be to your southwest of you, and then a nice cluster of storms just to the northeast of Albuquerque. It looks like there's a better chance that some heavy rains may move into New Mexico, Albuquerque area, probably by late Wednesday afternoon into the evening. But again, like I said, not everybody in Albuquerque City or surrounding areas are going to get soaked. It's just going to be certain areas, all right? That's the variability of the monsoon, guys. That's just how it works. I'm not happy with it either. It's just the way it works. All right. Thursday, moisture plume begins to shift into New Mexico and Colorado area. Very, very isolated activity in Albuquerque on Thursday. But again, it's the mountainous terrain that is going to see the most persistent rainfall for you guys. So you're not going to get a ton of rain in Albuquerque, but the mountains are definitely going to pick up some heavier rainfall. And some of those outflows may work into the lowlands of Albuquerque and trigger new additional showers and thunderstorms across the area. So after Monday, Albuquerque, you have a decent chance of picking up rain at some point between Sunday and Thursday across the area. You have a decent chance of picking up something on at least one of those days. All right, heading into Friday now. We can currently see that the plume of moisture pretty much stays in western New Mexico. And by this point, Albuquerque, you have better chances of seeing showers and thunderstorms here on the 14th. There's going to be an inverted trough that's going to come in from West Texas and move off towards the northwest. So you guys in New Mexico here have a better chance of seeing some showers and thunderstorms, some which could be strong to severe with large hail and damaging winds across the area. Okay, so let's go out to the weekend. All right, by Saturday, the moisture plume kind of gets shifted off into Colorado and extreme northwestern New Mexico. Albuquerque, you have a slight chance of seeing showers and thunderstorms, while eastern parts of New Mexico look to be very dry. That is a very persistent pattern for you guys because you're in a northeasterly wind over this portion of New Mexico. Parts of West Texas could also see a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity. California are largely staying dry except for the parts of the Sierra Nevadas. Colorado, you're going to get pretty darn soaked here on the weekend. Very heavy rain, especially in the mountainous areas. Even Denver has a chance of showers and thunderstorms by the weekend, if not before that. Some thunderstorms could come earlier than that across the area. Let's take a look as we head through Sunday. Sunday, Albuquerque, you're going to stay dry. I don't believe you're going to see any rain on Sunday at all, except for the highest mountainous terrain. Even parts of Arizona look relatively dry, with not a whole lot of rainfall across the area, and it looks relatively dry for those areas as well. Parts of southern New Mexico, you're going to get it on the action. You're going to get some moisture across your region as well, across the area. And let's look into next week here, guys. Let's see if we can get you in there. Into next week, and this is very far out. Like I said, these models are going to change, so just be prepared for that right now. All right, so here we go on Monday, heading into Monday of next week. This is out 252 hours, and you can see Albuquerque, by next Monday, you have a nice chance of seeing some pretty good thunderstorms, even in Albuquerque this time. It looks like some pretty good rains are going to follow your areas. Again, areas in eastern New Mexico still very dry, not much monsoon activity whatsoever. The rim country of Arizona and south and Sonora very active down here. Very heavy rains and potential flooding down there in Mexico. And then as we head into Tuesday of next week, if I can get this stupid thing to work. Here's Tuesday. You can see Albuquerque, still a very good chance of rain across the area. You guys could be getting quite wet in parts of Albuquerque at this point, especially in the mountainous terrain. Arizona still got some heavy rains to the south of Tucson. What is this here? A lot of this is a big, if this is verified, the high pressure moves into the plains and the circulation comes around like this. It's going to bring a backdoor cold front, or what we call a inverted trough with a cold front into New Mexico. And this is going to bring the heaviest rains for New Mexico at this point. Very heavy rains could be coming down over here at this point across the area. And let's head into Thursday, and you can see very heavy rain for southern New Mexico. Finally going to get some heavy rainfall, as well as the higher terrain of Arizona and northern Mexico, West Texas. This is an inverted trough, likely going to cause some severe weather and flooding across the area. Then those heavy rains move south into Arizona, and then eventually move southward and then taper off as we head into Friday the 21st. Across the area. And then by the 22nd, very end of the period, you can see the monsoon gets dispersed back to the south into Mexico as we go on a monsoon break. After that huge cold front comes through, temperatures are going to drop down. It's going to be very humid, but there will only be isolated activity in parts of the Albuquerque area and parts of north central Arizona during that point. But then the models start developing a tropical system. This will have to be watched closely. This may move this direction around the high in through West Texas, and then eventually into New Mexico and Arizona. That could have an influence on us, but this is way out in time, so we definitely don't know. But we're going to keep you guys posted on all this, and we will see if this tropical system even develops. This looks like a hurricane that's off the coast of Florida, and Alabama and parts of Georgia coastlines at that point. So guys, New Mexico, you do have opportunities for rain there in Albuquerque, several day opportunities coming over the next 2 to 2.5 weeks. But unfortunately, eastern New Mexico looks very dry. There's going to be very little activity there unless something changes late on the 17th.